Guys, what's going on? Zach Evanish here, ZachStrength.com. Had an interesting conversation with somebody today, and he was saying, hey man, I miss your podcast. I miss the Strong Life podcast. I need that morning motivation. I said, yeah man, well here's the deal, that when I'm doing a podcast, because of my schedule being pretty hectic, I'm basically available at 6 a.m. or 9 p.m. Most people don't want to wake up at 6 a.m. and most people shut it down by 9 p.m. Now, that's a good thing, but you know what? Sometimes you don't have the flexibility. Sometimes you want things and it requires you to do the 6 a.m. or the 5 a.m. or look at Mark Smelly Bell up at 3:30 a.m. to hit the gym before the sun comes up. He finishes his training before the sun comes up. So the point being is that sometimes when you want something, you got to understand that it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of follow through and a lot of consistency. And there are many times where I say to myself, man, how much longer am I going to keep pushing at this pace? Whether it's running the gym, why am I still the most fired up guy in the gym? Since age 14, when I've had training partners, they've always said, Zach, I need to train with you. You're the most fired up. I'm waiting for somebody else to be more fired up than I am. Same thing with work. Yeah, man, listen, I don't always want to wake up at 5:30 a.m., but I know this, that to get where I want, it doesn't mean I always get to do what I like. You don't have to like it, you just got to do it, okay? Then you get to a point where you delegate the things that you don't like. You delegate things that are not in your unique ability. But the bottom line is, guys, 6 a.m. and 9 p.m., early and late, if you want something, that's a lot of times what it takes. Doing work in the dark when other people are sleeping or when other people have shut it down for the day. You've got to be willing to go above and beyond the norm. That's the bottom line. And coming out here near the beach, seeing all these houses on the beach, yeah, some of these houses are passed down, inherited by family members, but others were built through sweat equity, through intelligence, through strategic actions. Success is no accident. That's something I know, whether we're talking about athletics or academics or anything you achieve in life, it's not an accident, okay? Somebody told me yesterday, I sent him a link, I saw some of the videos on Instagram. I said, you're firing me up, my man, I love what you do. He's like, I just got lucky. I said, no way, my man, you are not lucky. You got there because of all the work you've put in. The harder you work, the luckier you get, my friend. That's it, guys. Now, Strong Life Podcast is still on Apple, still on Stitcher. That's where I interview others. But I have Strong Life Insider, usually about 8 to 10 minutes, also on Apple and Stitcher, anywhere you can listen to podcasts. But this morning, I put out a podcast called How to Gain 30 Pounds of Muscle. So just look up Strong Life Insider or go to ZachEvanish.com. You'll see it. And the reason why that came about is because I remember a basketball player I trained who weighed about 130, 132. We got him up to 165 in the off season. Then he got recruited, transferred out of a public school, went to a private/prep school after gaining 30 plus pounds. Now, somebody yesterday had called me and was telling me that his nephew's in college. Football coach said, you got to gain 30 pounds. I said, you know what it takes? It takes dedication and commitment to the eating plan and the training plan. And most kids will not do it, okay? Because I train an athlete who is about 15 pounds below the lightest weight class in wrestling, and he barely shows up for training. And he certainly does not eat enough, so he will never achieve the success. He might want it, but he's not willing to do the work required of achieving it. Now, maybe this football player, maybe he can do it. Maybe. It all depends. Are you willing to do the work? Not just once, not just sometimes, not just when it's convenient, but all the time, even when you're not feeling it. Remember, you don't have to like it, you just got to do it if you really want to achieve your goals. It's the bottom line.